Hello everyone, and thanks for watching our update on July 6th, 2023. So today, we're starting off with our satellite imagery from wind.com. I can see that we've got some fronts streaming in from the Atlantic with an area of low pressure around Scotland. If we put the wind flow on, you can see very, very nicely that circulation there. And there's one forming to our southwest. And it's to the north of the Azores, as you can see from this area of fronts. And so we got this front stretching over the country, and that's bringing patchy rain and drizzle, heaviest and most persistent across the west of the country. And the rain tonight should generally push northwards, and it'll get warmer from the south. The radar is looking quite showery, with some more sort of like bands of showers across the North Midlands into the west. But bear in mind that the radar is faulty in the west, so there may be more so the rain there may be more persistent, but it just may not be showing on this radar. This is a warning. These are the warnings in force for the west of the country today. There are two warnings. I think the only difference is that one of them lasts until midday. The one for Goyamere, and the one for Cork and Kerry lasts until 8 a.m. tomorrow. So they're both saying heavy rain at times with highest accumulations in mountainous regions, and also it'll be unseasonably windy. I think that is true for the whole country. It's been very windy here today, even in the southeast. Some trees were going mental today where I was. Impacts include flooding, difficult travelling conditions, and debris, and damage to temporary outdoor structures. So we have some rainfall warnings in force. But I mean, you could also say that they're for wind as well, because there's debris, damage to structures as well, and also says unseasonably windy as well in the warning. So it's sort of like a rain and wind warning. So this is the UKV 5-day forecast for precipitating clouds. So you can see that today we got the rain over the country. Tonight it's getting a little bit more patchy as the main band of rain does move northwards. That was a warm front. It's gone now. So we've got a cold front sort of stretching over the country now, and it's in line with the wind. So it's not really moving anywhere anytime soon. So it's really quite slow moving, and it's just milling around. In the morning it moves back northwards as a warm front. So tomorrow will be a warm and humid day, but it'll start quite cloudy and showery in the west especially, and some more downpours will break down due to convection into the afternoon, especially for the Midlands, west and northwest. There'll be prone to some downpours in the afternoon, but in the east of the country, especially towards the evening, we may get some nice decent spells of sunshine coming through. So very warm and sunny tomorrow evening in the east. But tomorrow night, cloud will thicken from the south. A few showers may form in the east. Some may be very heavy and thundery there in the east. Early hours of Saturday morning. They move up the east coast to affect Northern Ireland towards morning, before clearing off towards Scotland. And a cold front moves in to the west. What happens? Some possibly thundery rain along that as it moves northeastwards. But it will just it will gradually fizzle out as it moves northeastwards, and a few more showers will move up from the southwest, and they'll gradually die away. So this cold front is looking a bit less active than we had anticipated a few days ago actually. And by midday, it's totally gone pretty much. Some big storms there for England and Wales actually tomorrow afternoon or Sunday afternoon even. Goodness. It's been quite a day. And into Saturday evening, a few showers form in the west and southwest, but otherwise it's quite dry and nice. Actually, Saturday afternoon for the east of the country, quite decent. Into the early hours of Sunday morning, we get some showers and possibly thunderstorms, especially towards the south and southeast, and possibly towards the west coast. And on Sunday itself, showers get very, very widespread. Thermals form, convection, everything like that, instability, low pressure, and moisture, heat. Everything's there for some big thunderstorms on Sunday. Sunday night sees a band of showery rain or storms coming to the south. They'll go northwards, and Monday sees more showers. Maybe not as torrential, as intense as Sunday showers, but still could be a few storms in there. And on Monday evening to Tuesday, they sort of merge to form a longer spell of thundery rain across the southeast. They clear off, and we go off into Tuesday, and more showers form. A little less intense again, even compared to Monday. These are the temperature forecasts from the UKV, so you can see today and tomorrow. Today we see temperatures getting towards the high teens in the west, low teens towards the east. That's before the warm front clears eastwards, and tonight will be a very muggy night, especially for the east and south, with temperatures holding up at around the high teens or mid-teens. Further northwest or over Connacht and Donegal towards 14 degrees, and you can see the way the yellows are just being eaten away to some degree up until like 2 a.m. or 3 a.m. but before they move back up. That's as that front sort of waves and wiggles in the flow. Very, very slow moving, not really going anywhere, anytime soon. And by tomorrow at like 10 a.m, 11 a.m, the warm air has swamped the country. And tomorrow afternoon, highs will reach the 20s, anywhere north of the Tralee to Dublin line, or Tralee to sort of like Wicklow, I'd say that sort of stuff. Or possibly even down to the southeast if we see some sunshine there. So very warm tomorrow. In the southwest, it'll be cloudy, damp, and quite drizzly. So temperatures there pegged back towards the mid-teens. Over England, getting close to 30 degrees even. So very warm tomorrow, humid as well. Tomorrow evening, sees temperatures cooling down a little bit towards the high teens across the west, but in the northeast, west skies will stay clearest for longest, down towards 14 degrees. But at 4 a.m. on Saturday, we look very warm, very, very, very widely, as the cloud comes in from the southwest, and you see a very sharp temperature gradient forming off the southwest coast. That is as the cold front moves northeastwards, and it just eats away at the warmer air over the sea, yes, but not really over land. That's because even after the cold front, the sun will shine, and the wind will still come up from that sort of southwesterly direction. So it'll still be a warm air mass. The temperatures reaching the 20s, especially towards Ulster and North Leinster. Elsewhere, high teens, still warm, quite humid as well. Saturday night sees temperatures dropping down towards 10 degrees across the north. Elsewhere, the teens, low teens. Then we move to Sunday, and temperatures hit 20 degrees quite widely. A few places like the west here, mountains in the east, just towards the higher teens. Then moving into Monday morning, coldest, coolest across the North Midlands and the south and southwest, getting towards 10 or 11 degrees. Bit milder across the line from Dublin to sort of Kerry, and across the north and northwest. Into Monday itself, 20 degrees. 20 degrees is quite likely across the Midlands and North, Midlands, North and South of the country, high teens. And up into Monday nights, cooler to North, modest in the South. And Tuesday, we could see a 20 in the east and southeast, but elsewhere it's cooler the further northwest you go, as winds go more westerly again. Now finally, these are the models from Weather. So this is the GFS. So you can see that area of low to our west is dragging up that southerly wind this weekend, tomorrow and Saturday, combined with that area of high pressure to our east, so quite warm and humid, and that low pressure towards Saturday will bring some thundery rain. Winds remain from the south into Sunday, Monday and Tuesday, and with that low pressure in the mix, there will be showers and thunderstorms. That low pressure moves eastwards into Tuesday and Wednesday, and by Wednesday it'll have moved towards the North Sea, and that will open the gates towards northerly winds briefly, but winds back westerly somewhat as the low towards the north, as the low to the north intensifies somewhat, but by July 14th, winds go northerly again. That low pressure stays towards our east, and by July 17th, the low just eases towards Scandinavia, and high pressure reaches in from the Azores a bit further north. So that will keep the wind from the west, but it will dry things out a bit. A few showers will remain, especially further north, but that will be drier compared to the first half of July. This is the ECM run. So again, that low to our west combined with high to our east pulls up a southerly wind, and that will veer towards the southwest into early next week. That's as the low pressure moves further east, eventually moving right over us, and it will bring its own deals of rain showers and thunderstorms. Winds go northwesterly towards the 13th of July. Look at all this low pressure around. So very unsettled. Deep low pressure by July 16th. Oh no, it's falling to pieces now. Anyway, you get it. It's very, very unsettled. Anyway, so UK Met run, drawing up winds from the south tomorrow and Saturday. Winds go more southwesterly on Sunday and Monday, but it will still be warm despite the clearance of a cold front. So more showers and storms early next week. Thundery activity probably easing off towards July 13th as cooler air moves in from the north. The GEM run, again, southerly winds, very more southwesterly, before the low pressure moves towards the North Sea and generates a more northerly winds. Let's see what happens now. Up to July 15th, we are very unsettled with winds in from the north. Icon run just like this. So southerly winds, that low pressure will engage to bring convection, so showers and storms. Sorry guys. We go off into Wednesday and Thursday of next week, and winds go more westerly or northwesterly, and that will cool things down. And finally, the arpege is like this. So warm, humid and thundery, followed by cooler and more showery. So we're done. So it looks quite cool. So it looks quite warm and quite thundery, quite volatile, convective, up until Tuesday. After that, it'll be cooler and more showery. So I'll see you tomorrow, and bye for now.